flavor. I'm like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Take off.
Got it.
You do the right shit work for you.
Huh?
You in the right motion, shit work for you. Like this will be I'm back to 4 nights a week DJing.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be back to it.
Good shit.
Never knew. Tony Baker. I never knew.
That's a silly motherfucker too.
I never knew. Go ahead, talk your shit. You live.
We live now?
Right.
Hey, what's happening, ladies and gents? All my motherfuckers and my motherfuckers. That wasn't even a word. That's ignorant as fuck. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But welcome to the UnDustry podcast show. That's THA UnDustry. To all those that don't know, but now you do know because I just spelled it out for you. All right. I'm Jay Banks, and I have my co-host / infamous DJ SP1. All right. And we here now. And everybody that's out there, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys checking us out and everything, all that other good shit. Got a couple things to talk about, you know, situations, maybe some issues, might be a little controversial, you know what I'm saying? Do I care? Maybe 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 50-50, you know. But it's gonna get expressed because it's something that I feel in me, so it needs to come on out because, like I said, if I see it, I don't understand it, don't like it, don't approve of it, I'm not gonna keep it in. I'm gonna just throw that shit on out there. Let it be done with it. You know, I'm gonna let y'all handle it because once it's out, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at the shit. But anyway, where we at? You gonna go ahead and do something, or you want me to go on and start keep talking my shit? All right, well, yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
We are done.
Yep. Yeah, once again, YouTube Live. And once again, YouTube, thank you very much for this opportunity as always. I don't think you guys get enough credit because they all look at y'all like these criminals and liars and shit like that. But we don't look at you guys like that because you're giving us an opportunity to express who we are and what we are at times. So much love to YouTube. All right. I might have said some shit that they might not like just now, but I'm just giving you real shit and, you know, giving you opinions of how, you know, motherfuckers talk and everything. Like I said, I don't talk about shit that I don't know. If I hear about it or somebody's giving me their experience in it, I explain it or I talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's all the shit that you know, I bring to the table is, you know, going to be as close as 100% as possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's all to it. First thing we're going to discuss, we're going to get to the back to school event that I was a part of as a parent. Yeah, absolutely. As a parent, I took my son to yesterday. You know, shout out to Dixon High School, Misty Robinson. Thank you very much. It's good meeting you and talking to you and everything. Very beautiful lady, very nice lady. You know what I'm saying? She's all good in my book. But yeah, so I've been getting harassed all week from Dixon about this school bash.
But she gonna harass me.
You know what I'm saying? No, not her, but you know, the little computer, automated, yeah. Hey, welcome back to school. And it, you know, on that silly ass shit. So, you know what I'm saying? They you know, they steady calling me. I'm answering, or I get the voicemail and shit. So I just be listening just to tweak off of it. But yeah, they telling me about this motherfucker back to school bash, you know, being a CVS and this, that, and this, free food, school supplies, this, you know, they giving a whole shebang out. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make sure my son get out there. I'm gonna make sure Shorty get out there and, you know, we're gonna check it out. So, you know, I, you know, go pick him up from his mom's crib or whatever. We come on back through. So we go over there and everything. So first thing I'm seeing is the little, you know, little carts. I mean, the little tents and everything. You know, different little small little inner city companies was there and shit. AT&T was out there. DirecTV was out there. Some public schools, I guess, that participated in this event they had their little carts up. Dixon, O'Keefe, My son saw a couple of his classmates. He recognized somebody from his old school. So my son was kind of into it and everything, which I kind of understood. It was cool. He played, they had the little game truck out there, so he went in there and was playing the little games and everything. The man told me he play Madden now. I was like, I never knew, nigga, you like Madden now. He's like, yeah, daddy. He's like, I play Madden. He's like, whenever you ready, let me know. I say, boy, I don't even play Madden. You know what I'm saying? I'm a basketball man and football. I mean, basketball man when it comes to the games. Football, Madden, too much for me. Yeah, that's just a little too much for me. I get it. Okay. Got to win by any means, but goddamn. Anyway, so, you know, he playing the little game truck and everything. So he had a pretty decent time. He probably going to get mad for me saying this, but he had diarrhea. So I don't give a fuck. He 11, so you know what I'm saying. He can kiss my ass. Fuck him. But yeah, my man had diarrhea, so he was moving. He was moving, but he didn't want to move too. He didn't want to get too active, which I thought was funny. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we did a brief stint. So, but anyway, I'm gonna kind of speed this whole little demo up. But yeah, so we walked around and kicked it and everything. I grabbed little nachos. I mean, overall, it was just it was a decent experience. You know, I'm not gonna take away from this food. But the thing that kind of like, I ain't gonna say disappointed me, but just was like, you know, you guys hyped this to be something big and the back to school supplies and shit. Man, I gave my son this old bright neon blue ass lime green book bag with a folder, a notebook, an eraser, a ruler, a pencil, and I believe that was it. And I'm like, okay, school supplies. He's going to the 6th grade. This is 2023. A lot of that shit he won't even be using. He's going to be on a goddamn laptop. So I'm like, what was the purpose of this? You know what I'm saying? Okay, do we appreciate it? Do we? Because I'm just looking like, what is this? He's going to lose this in a week. You know what I'm saying? The eraser gone, a pencil, a pack of not even a pack of pencils, one goddamn pencil. They didn't even give him a pen. Wasn't even no pen in there. My son said the same shit. I'm gonna be using an ink pen in 6th grade, Dad. Hey man, welcome to your school supplies. This is what they think kids gonna be, you know, using and shit. You know, one little folder and shit. And like I said, a notebook with like 70 sheets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, wow. Okay, I get it, I guess. But then, and then this really got me. The Miss Robinson told me they're gonna be doing a meet and greet August 16th. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna make it there. I'm gonna be there. She's like, cool. And then that's when we get the kids the actual school supply list. Oh, so damn! I thought I was getting school supplies. No, just some shit here. But now you're gonna get the official school supply list. That shit just sound kind of backwards to me, man. That's all. Just make a long story short. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, as parents, we're gonna get the school supplies. We're gonna get what our kids need as necessary. But you know, I was just like, okay. And then, like I said, these schools, they hype this back to school bash like it was just gonna be, hey, we're gonna have school supplies. We're gonna give you this and that. Hey, man, y'all need to stop that shit. For real. Slow down. You know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, we're gonna do this bash at the park. Come through. Y'all might get some shit. Just come kick it. I accept that a little more. But y'all making it seem like it's a motherfucking extravaganza and shit. And one more thing. Shout out to all the assistant principals and teachers that was out there doing the what's that shit? The Cupid Shuffle and shit. Yeah, I actually had that shit down pat. Y'all did y'all shit up there. So shout out to y'all and shout out to the DJ. He was pretty decent out there. I forgot his name. But yeah, he was pretty decent out there. Yeah, that's fucked up. And then there was a lady that was hosting. She was singing Can We Talk? And she was hitting them notes, man. So she had a little voice on it. Shout out to her. Forgot her name too. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the, you know, to the words of SP1, the bitch with the voice. But yeah, so it was pretty decent out there, man. But yeah, I just yeah, that was my little gripe on that. Yeah, I gotta, you know, as head of security of the View Rooftop, viewrooftop.com. Come through for elegant drinking, sipping, casual eating, and a well-deserved groovy night. You know, I'll say some shit like that.
This is the UnDustry. Y'all got an echo? Let me know. It's fine. With that being said, that is Jay, host. I'm co-host SP1. UnDustry every Tuesday. We've been shifting times because we have new projects going on. As he says, he's a lead security person at a venue. We uncover, review weekly things with the nightlife and the industry. In the industry, uncovering and revealing industry or industry things. He had his gripe. He has a bigger gripe, but before we go on about that, he was talking about CPS and his son. I don't want to talk about CPS and my children right now. We'll get to it. But I want to get to interesting weekend of club life. I don't like when someone has a payout day and you reach 12 o'clock and then you just say, hi, good morning. They say, I'm going to send you your money. It's 12 o'clock. Even the banks, you know, get your deposit ready after work days after 12. Am I bugging?
No, that shit baffles me.
What?
That people that owe you money have an attitude with you.
Oh,
How does the fuck that work? Like, I don't understand that whole analogy whatsoever. If I owe you money, why would I be an asshole to you? And I owe you money.
They put the laugh emoji behind it to soften the texture of the text.
I'm just saying, even in that text, that's what they thinking. They joking about it, but that's what they thinking. Oh, this nigga okay about this money. That's what they thinking, man.
I want y'all to know I'm out here hustling, and I'm hustling square, so it's okay.
I gotta stop that bitchy shit, man.
Hey, I'm a square. I'm hustling real square, and I don't want y'all to think that your participation and payouts don't matter to me, because it matters. So if we all can work on better business practices, including me, we could probably go to another level. That's all I'm gonna say. We can all go to another level. You know what I'm saying? Things are coming my way. So even just now as we start the show, like last week, I got a call in the middle of the show to do a drag show. Drag show went well. The man, boy, woman.
Gotta talk about that. Gotta talk about that.
Was cool.
The man, boy with titties?
It was a man with titties.
Okay, why you say man, boy with titties?
It was a man with titties.
Oh, I'm just saying the way you said that. Okay, did you like his titties or
I don't
something?
know if it's appropriate or inappropriate. I don't know what to call it.
Did you like the titties? Was there like a nice side?
Oh, she was a whole Jill Scott man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I wasn't attracted because I knew what it was. That
Right.
She could have fooled me, but I don't fall for the whole meeting a woman for the first time thing. That's not my thing.
Bro, it was this bitch in detention when I used to work in club detention on 9 West Division. She was a trainee, white girl, white dude, or white whatever, white trans. Okay.
White trans.
Yeah, what the fuck am I supposed to say?
We don't know. That's not.
But her motherfucking titties were perfect, bro. She had the perfect like raindrop titties, man. And I was like, damn. I was like, I know what the fuck it is. This some badass titties. Oh, the real. I used to be like, God damn. She used to always have a motherfucker out because she knew the niggas be on that shit. And she pulled up for y'all whole group of motherfuckers too. But like I said, security stories, volume 1. I'm gonna write a book. And this book gonna be very motherfucking interesting.
Every week we rename the show, even though it's called The UnDustry. This week it's gonna be the highlights with high life. So here's your high life.
There we go. Once again.
Yeah. So UnDustry is THAUN. Did I say that right? Yeah. THAUNDUSTRY. Share. We're live on YouTube. We do this every Tuesday at some particular time during after lunch. We're going to have a steady time as we get our lives together, or someone sponsors the show or endorses the show. Because if we get money, we're not going to do this show. We're going to do bigger shit. Just
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
This is a project amongst buddies, talking shit, riding with the ride. You did. So then, besides that, I did the regular Thursday, same club.
Supper club, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It was slow because of the weather. Everybody on the beach. Chicago South Side beach is lit. North Side is Puerto Rican shoes up. What the fuck happened? South Side, black love. Young people turning up. I will say that. They treating the beach like Atlanta. But ain't no problem.
Okay.
Up north, Puerto Ricans and Mexicans shooting each other up, G. North Avenue, Oak. That's crazy.
Man. Drill.
That's them trying to turn up and think they black, and we don't even do that shit. Then let's see, we had that. Then I wound up doing 2 brunches. And, the money came in this week, which helps me with my son. Austin Honeycutt is a model who's going to be on the runway September 30th. He's selling tickets for August. This is his last day, August 1st. If you want to support me or my son, inbox me any way you know how to inbox me. Support the son. And he pissed me off, but he wants to be a model. I want him to be a model with an education and a degree. We the same size. We got the same looks. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga think you're a model. I didn't know we could do that. But if he pulls it off, I'm gonna be out here. He better not pull it off. I'm gonna be the great person to him, Jack.
He might, he pulling it off.
Oh, we know how you do with it. Yeah.
You pulling it off, nigga.
Then
go on to get ready.
Get ready.
Yeah. Go on to get
a long week. So yesterday, while Jay is here, I wish Jay was there yesterday. I should have called you. But I knew we had shit happen. Columbia College did the wrap up of Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Month, which is in July for the last 20 years at Columbia College, where Amina Hawkins is she handles the curriculum at Columbia College. So we did a town hall meeting, Cassius D, TJ Crawford, the Ants 13s, Hip Hop Detox, GQ. Many people were there. The Unplug. Many of us were there. It was a great conversation. Great conversation. But we had the youth. It's a youth group that I guess teaches the new occupation of the music of rap. So hip hop is a culture, rap is an occupation that was developed out of MCing. I'm gonna always say that. That they're expanding on as a career option. But they were explaining to us that they had a problem with the OGs, most Cassius, not supporting them or standing by them. And if we don't want to hear them, then why should they listen to us? And Ange apologized for not listening or being there for them. That's a woman's nesting. And I love that out of Ange. But I don't owe you an apology. I'm gonna do the same shit. Your mom might have been on some substance. My mother was an alcoholic, as her father was, and maybe her mother was. And I'm fighting to not be an alcoholic as I drink my high life. But the Black trauma built hip hop. Hip hop became a secondary option for a lot of people to not gang bang. Gang banging only was a spectrum to protect block for block. From Chicago, Detroit to LA to Philly. I can go back and forth. New York, Black Spades, Crips, Bloods, Lords, Blackstones, GDs, BDs. It's always been the same thing to protect your block, right? So outside of gangbanging and trauma, hip hop comes to make a more festive opportunity. And we had a great meeting yesterday. It's a meeting that has to be continued. GQ is here. I would love to bring GQ in on this, but GQ live. GQ, if you could text me, I'll bring you in as a person to be a part of the YouTube live or Facebook. So text me, GQ.
Just shout out to GQ.
GQ was a great mediator, as he has always been.
Shout out to that brother, man. Much love, peace.
He has always been a ambassador for the city.
Yes, sir.
To be a part. GQ. Anybody? How about this? I'll send it to everybody. Anybody want to come on the show right now to discuss the discussion from yesterday? I am sending the link right here, or text me. You have my number. So this is gonna get in. We're gonna get
messy. All right. I like where we're going now. I like where we're going now.
Go out to the porch because this might get real heavy.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay, something's going on. Okay. Someone's asking me, I'm getting a bunch of shit happening. This is what happens. This is what always happens when we're doing the show. Am I lying? It's been like this for a month. In the middle of the show, motherfuckers text us.
All that shit.
All that shit. Right. So going back to Instagram, I had paused Instagram.
I just be wanting y'all to watch the shit. I don't want y'all to talk. I don't want to talk to y'all, man. Just watch the shit, man. Just watch it.
GQ, I guess GQ warning me about the young blood. Young blood, according to GQ, he a hitter and his family hitters. But I don't think I'm saying anything wrong. He can beg for us to be forgiven, whatever. And that's what I'm explaining to GQ. Cassius come from the Black Spades. He from New York. Cassius doesn't owe young blood nothing. And Cassius come from an era where they was killing each other with chains. Fuck guns like pussies. That gun shit is a pussy move. I said it, not the truth, my opinion.
Okay, help me out real quick. What the hell you just got finished talking
The
about?
meeting, it was a young blood, maybe 24. And he was like, I don't want to hear none of y'all old niggas shit. I'm finna get signed to Dreamville. He just went up. He was like, y'all talk about these old school hip hop dreams. We don't want to hear that shit. Listen to us. Listen to us. Cass like, we don't have to listen to y'all. Cass is not wrong. We don't, why we need to listen to y'all? He like, y'all want us to be hip hop. Y'all actually not hip hop. Y'all are musicians who are rappers in the music industry, which hip hop birthed a rapper. And that's what needs to be said. That he needs to know that. You know what I'm saying? So this is my diaspora of what happened yesterday, not the truth.
Very kind of went up there, huh?
It was good though.
This was yesterday?
It was yesterday at Columbia College. Sebastian performed. I had the baby mama there. My mama was there. Ernie came to watch her grandson perform.
Damn.
It was really nice. It was really nice.
Off yesterday, man.
And that's why I called you, but you was turned up about your own personal shit. I was like, hey, Jay, what's happening? You was like, nigga, I'm busy.
You should have texted me or something. Man. I would have made my day yesterday, man.
I ain't want to bother you.
Damn.
Back to the matter at hand.
Right.
So we then, great conversation. I played some vinyl. I've been doing Serato so much that I was kind of whack yesterday when it came to the vinyl. And then I got a big event coming up Thursday. So I do Pop Club, then I go to room 43 to play vinyl and turn up. That's why I was asking you to come out. A tribute to Soul Train, because Soul Train has this like 60th anniversary or 70 years of anniversary. For hip hop, which was built in Chicago, another Chicago entity or invention. Soul Train, the great historical dance show, compliments to what's his name? Come on, Cornelius.
John
He
Cornelius.
just looked at me like you ain't know what the fuck I was
I
talking
was
about.
trying to figure shit out.
John Cornelius. So with all that being said, this show exists for the problems they had in the past to correct the future. As a young man had concerns about us not supporting him in the future of hip hop. But as I was just saying, I think it's the future of
It ain't the future of hip hop because hip hop
It's
will
right.
forever evolve. But
Yes.
rap, yeah, there you go.
Right.
Hip hop still remains the basis and the heart of what it is. Rap is just making that shit into something different every decade or some shit, you might as well say.
right. They do it through house, they do it through trap, they do it through what you looking for a place to throw your
My
ball.
blunt, shit. Fuck that.
Huh?
My blunt. Trying to remember what I'm
Trying to
doing.
smoke already.
No, I'm not trying to smoke. I'm just trying to remember what the fuck it is. Shit.
So today we have an
Cut to a
exciting show.
commercial in a minute.
Today we have an exciting show. It's the Undustry. We do this every Tuesday at sometime afternoon. And he's so high he lost his blunt. But with that being said, at 3 o'clock, our guest host will be Ticey Bell, a representative for economic transformation. And she's bringing in a guest to interview Akila World. This is the Undustry. We do this every week for the Undustry.
Every Tuesday.
Jay was going to go in before we get our guest here, and he can get his cussing out the way because we're going to have two ladies here. About customers who get an opportunity in the industry who think they've made it. So the complication he has, because I've heard the story already, the complication he has is that you might have made a magazine or a commercial or a stand-up, right? Or Tubi or Netflix or got numbers on social media or YouTube. But if you're in his venue, his job is to do security, and don't expect for him to do less than what he's responsible to do, because you think you're somebody. Was that a fair synopsis of what you explained to me?
You know what? At the end of the day, that's basically what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's my job to be professional and at the same time humble. And at the same time, whatever you is or whatever commercial or however you think your plateau is, that's your job as well. Stay professional and stay fucking humble. You know what I'm saying? You there to have a good time. You're not being judged by nobody. Nobody looking down on you. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, jumping down your throat or recognizing you're trying to bum rush you or whatever. You're there to have a good time. But at the same time, you do the same shit. Be professional and be humble. You know what I'm saying? Any little situation I've ever been involved in, I've always started off being professional and being humble. I explain the situation to you, why I'm here. I tell you why I've come here. I don't come in there talking about I'm gonna beat your ass and hurry up and get out of here. I don't do none of that shit. I'm professional and humble. You know, I'm not coming in there invading your space and none of that bullshit. I'm coming in and explaining the situation why I'm here. And this is what has to be done now. Because I'm here. And that be it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole scenario goes a totally different route. And like I said, it comes from with the alcohol. That's why when we always say this. At the club I work at, we're not there to escalate shit. We're there to de-escalate shit. You know, we're not coming at you in an aggressive tone and everything because we know what alcohol does. We know what alcohol does to motherfuckers. I've been experiencing it. I've been a part of it as well.
Dealing with me.
Dealing with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, dealing with the job still. You know what I'm saying? Security. We know how to, you know, I ain't gonna say we know how, but I have an idea on how to deal with drunk motherfuckers. Whether they're rich, whether they're poor, whether they're middle class. Drunk motherfuckers all fits under that category. Drunk motherfuckers. You got your rich drunk motherfuckers. You got you got your broke drunk motherfuckers, and you got your middle class drunk motherfuckers.
Me.
And at the same time, they all drunk motherfuckers.
Me.
So with that being said, I don't care what your status is. Because right now, this is what I recognize you as, a drunk motherfucker. And that's not me coming at you like I'm finna whoop your ass. That's me, I'm finna talk to you in a way so you can maybe understand to where it don't come off being so aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I approach any situation or every situation when I'm dealing with this shit at this motherfucking club. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes back to this being professional, be humble.
That day.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know, you got your drunk, you drunk than a motherfucker. Okay, I get it. Sometimes we gotta help escort these motherfuckers out. We gotta pick them up and put them on our shoulders
Like
and
me.
shit and carry them. Yeah, like this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We're not always gonna whoop your ass and take you out this motherfucking club. With better help. We don't want to fight half the motherfucking time, especially me. I'm wearing a fucking suit every day. I got on a suit jacket and I got my chain on that he gave me for my birthday and shit. I'm coming in that motherfucker trying to look clean and look good. What you talking about? I don't want to be sweating and arguing and fighting with you motherfuckers, man. So anytime I come to a situation, it's de-escalation, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to escalate shit. We trying to do that as hey, let's work on calming you down. Let's work on this situation before it gets to a situation where it get escalated. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we approach it. But case in point, I had to go to work. I had to be at work at say about 3 o'clock. So I get there, I get a rundown of what's going on, all the events and everything. Now we had a 4:30 event that was coming up. So, we had a party that was in the area of the next event was having. They had bought half the fucking club out. You know what I'm saying? And we like to call those buyouts. So we had another party coming in at 4:30 that had a buyout. The party that was there, they was in the spot where the event was where they had the buyout at. So, the host or whatever let them know their time, let them know they had to get ready and leave because they had to get ready and clean and set up for that event. Okay, cool. I get there. They run the information down to me, so I just keep a watchful eye on the situation. It's like 6 girls. Okay. So I'm like, okay. So I get them around 3:45, 3:50. I go over there. Excuse me, ladies, we got another event coming in, probably next 30 minutes. Would you mind, getting ready and getting your situation together so you can go ahead and head towards the elevators and, have a nice day. They like, okay.
They sit at the bar. Why don't you invite them to sit at the bar?
Because everything is closed. Like I said, when they do that buyout, you know what I'm saying? They shut down half the club, and that's how they do. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to deal with the public no more. They just want to deal with that buyout. You know what I'm saying? So they ran that down to me. No problem. So, all the other girls was pretty much in compliance. Like I said, I didn't come disrespectful in no shape, form, or fashion. That was never my intent.
Not this time.
At least not this time, right? But, a lot of you females, man, y'all got that one bitch in every group. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let that be known very clear. Y'all always got that one bitch in that group and can't control their liquor. And next thing you know, they saying something smart, or you motherfuckers are out there fighting because this bitch don't know how to shut up or don't know how to, obviously can't control her liquor. Case in point, y'all had one that evening. First thing come out her mouth, I don't like the way you approach us. I said, I'm sorry, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't the way these girls was looking. They looked, rather professional. They looked like they had some fucking sense. But I'm gonna say the other females, you guys definitely did. It was another tall one too, like 6'7", bro. Lord. Anyway, so I'm like, I'm thinking they, pretty professional and everything. They wasn't on no ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let that be known now. So I'm like, okay, wow. Excuse me. So I hit her with, I'm sorry, excuse me. See, I don't like the way you approach us, and you didn't have to talk to us over. I said, ma'am, this is the way I always talk to anyone. I said, we just have another event this evening. They're going to be cleaning this area up, and they need you guys to leave.
Nah.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it is what it is. All right. Ladies have a nice one. Because I see the other lady, everybody else getting situated and getting their shit together. I'll walk away from the situation. I'm about a host stand, the hostess stand. You know what I'm saying? When I say host stand, don't take it for what it is, but that's what we call it. We call it the host stand. So I'm standing by the whole thing, they getting their things together or whatever. In the meantime, Cam is steady rolling. You know what I'm saying? I told you once again, I went over there like 3:45, maybe 3:50. By the time I finished talking to them, by the time they actually started moving, it's like 4:15. Then they tell me, okay, gotta use the bathroom, so they gotta do the bathroom break shit. You know what I'm saying? While they in the bathroom, they got, our bathroom is full of fucking mirrors. Like our bathroom is literally all the walls and everything is mirrors. So they go in there and see that stupid shit. They want to take selfies and all this old bullshit. So keep in mind that. They coming on out and everything. So, they're leaving. The bitch that came in, that came at me the first time, stopped in front of me again. Stepped in front of me again. Do you know who I am? And once again, I said, sorry, excuse me. Do you know who I am? No. Hey, model, do you know what Vogue magazine is? I say, yeah, I'm familiar with Vogue magazine. She's like, do you read it? Do you look at it? I said, no, there's nothing in there that interests me. She said, well, just to let you know, I'm a model in Vogue. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm honestly, I'm confused because I don't know where this conversation came from, what's it about, or what's it leading to. So I don't know. Maybe this was drunk. Maybe she was trying to get my attention because deep down, maybe she liked me and everything. Come to think of it, she was gazing in my eyes ever so gently. Ever so gently and shit, but at the same time, she was talking a lot of shit. So I said, excuse me? She like, yeah, I'm a model in Vogue magazine and this, that, and this. I said, okay. I said, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, we're closed for a private event this evening. Elevator straight ahead to your right. I'm breaking it down to. Same time, she's still talking shit. I said, man, can you step to the side for me? Because now it's other clients coming in for the setup for the event. That's at 4:30. So, we got other clients coming in, they getting ready to set up. So I pulled her to the side and said, look, what is your problem? I said, listen. I said, I got other clients coming in for this event. They got to set up. Just leave. I said, ma'am, head toward the elevator. Y'all got to go. I understand all that because I don't appreciate your approach and this, that, and this, and the way you acting with your bald headed ass. I said, yes, I am bald headed. And that little old ass gold chain, I said, yeah, my son got me this for my birthday. So yeah, I like the chain. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about that old ass suit jacket. I said, yeah, this is my uniform. This is what I'm required to wear. You know what I'm saying? And then her tall buddy, the 6'7" chick I was talking about. She come over there and she, hugged the girl and said, don't mind her. I said, man, you guys just have to leave. I said, I got these other clients coming up right now for the setup for the party. So can you please escort your friend out of here? She steady talking. And now, shout out to my girl, Jade. She's the hostess. She came and stood next to me. And I looked, but, I'm just looking at my peripheral at her. Because two drunk girls, well, the two ladies that I was talking to, they're not knowing, but I'm sort of knowing because I see Jade and she's standing there posted. She's standing there ready. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, all right. And she knew that. I don't think she's been out home for a good month yet. She may have been out a month, maybe a month and a half. But yeah, she's a real cool girl. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jade. I see you out there. And she said this, but I was like, oh. She was like, yeah. She's like, I was waiting for one to try something with you. I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, she started degrading, being disrespectful, and all this other type of shit. So I'm like, okay, I understand the situation. Like I said, I'm kind of seasoned in this shit, so I know not to add fuel to the fire because at the same time, as long as they're making forward progress, I have to do what I got to do to continue that forward progress. As long as they're moving out, I have to make sure they continue to move out. So, I'm letting her have a moment. Like she talked about my boots and everything. Let's talk about my gray beard. Because I wear boots. You know what I'm saying? With the suits. No, not tennis. No, some
Dress
Skechers.
shoes?
No, Skechers. I wear Skechers.
Wear
Porter.
lugs, nigga.
Nigga, whatever. If they black and comfortable, I'm rocking them bitches. I don't wear dress shoes when I do security. I've never done that. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you're out there. Don't be wearing no motherfucking dress shoes and no more. To all security motherfuckers, man, do not. And I'm pretty sure they know already, but we don't wear dress shoes. I don't give a fuck if they want us to wear a 3-piece suit with a dog hat. Wear you some comfortable ass boots or something. So if anything go down, no matter how motherfucking high class the restaurant is, no matter how elegant the situation is, you never know. Always keep yourself prepared for the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out there slipping and sliding on motherfucking dress shoes because they want you to look like you, like you a motherfucking like you part of this or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself out there, man. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all some comfortable ass shoes, all black or blue boots, black boots or whatever. Every job I get, and they want me to wear certain shoes, I let them know I'm sorry I wear boots. I need to wear boots because of my height, my size, and at the same time, I'm doing a job that consists of anything can happen or I can get visible. I explained that whole scenario to them. In every job I've ever worked when I had to do security, once that's been explained, is no problem. So all my security guys out there, man, make sure y'all got on comfortable ass, some nice ass shoes, boots. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what was I talking about, man? I had a situation with a bitch, right? A drunk bitch. All right. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they end up leaving out. A couple of the food servers were standing there. I had one of my managers, he was standing there. Like, you know, it was almost coming to a situation, it was simmering. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that kept it simmering was me because I wasn't going into the whole, I wasn't feeding off into it. I just said, all right, folks, ladies, have a nice day. Have a nice one. You guys take it easy. You know what I'm saying? They proceeded to leave and everything. And that whole scenario left. So that's where I come up with the scenario, not even scenario, just come up with the situation of being professional. You know what I'm saying? And that whole scenario, like I said, that was 100% accurate on my end. You know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what happened. Anybody that knows me or whatever, when I'm doing my job, when it's a job, I do my job. You know what I'm saying? So I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to approach. I know how to defend all this other goofy shit. I'm a part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've never came into a situation where I disrespected anybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially on a situation like that. That's male or female. Now, yeah, I've been in some situations where I had to get after it. Yeah, knock a couple motherfuckers out, call a couple motherfuckers. Part of the job. But in all scenarios, when it comes to me, when I got the opportunity to conversate, when I got the opportunity to conversate and talk to you, there's over a 50% chance that I can get you out of a club quietly and respectfully. I'm not disrespecting you and you're not disrespecting me. That's how I play that game. I don't come in there talking about I'm going to kick your ass and all that other shit. I'm tall. I'm 6'5". I'm 230 pounds. I got a black suit on with an earpiece. Soon as you guys see me, y'all already thinking what I've done wrong. You're getting on the defense already. I know that already. That's when I step up. You know what I'm saying? I greet you. Hey, how you doing, gentlemen? Hey, how you doing, lady? You know what I'm saying? You may get a smile out of me. It depends on the situation. But I know how to do this because I've done this shit. So I in no shape, form, or fashion have I ever disrespected a female unless it got to the point where it got physical, it got to a point where I had to defend myself. And true enough, I had a few of those situations. You know what I'm saying? Where I had to defend myself against a female. Against females, plural. Okay? So I know what it is. So I never came into a situation where I'm just flat out disrespecting you. But like I said, you mix with that alcohol. You see me, you get intimidated or whatever, your adrenaline gets the pumping. Next thing you know, that alcohol telling you it's about to get the cracking. We got security in this motherfucker. So we know how that game gets played. That's why we're coming out on some de-escalation type shit. We don't want to turn up. We don't. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of security motherfuckers out here that feel that way. You know what I'm saying? They like to get out. You got a lot of them that don't. We don't want to do that shit. If we have to, yeah. But we don't want to do that shit. We would rather talk and let you know, hey man, had a little too much, man. Got a little too disrespectful with the food server. got a little disrespectful with the bartender. You know what I'm saying? You done paid your tab or whatever. You gotta go.
Good night.
Have a night. What's all this? I don't like that fucking game, man. Don't talk to me like that now. Keep your money. All this shit.
I got crew here.
You know what I'm saying? Well, all that shit. That's what I said. We do what we have to do. It's a job. Let us do our job. Y'all just continue to go up there and have a good time. Professional and humble. All right? And to my Vogue bitch, much love to you. All right? Keep doing your thing. Stay blessed. And learn how to control your liquor a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got some good friends. My girl Jade was getting ready to fuck you up. Straight up. She was ready. So fuck what you talking about. Yep. Anyway, that's it on Jay's Road, brought to you by Miller Highlight.
Welcome to the Industry. We do this every Tuesday. Some random time after 12. We're on Instagram. I am Sunil Honeycutt or URSB1. What's your social handles?
What's my who?
TikTok and all that.
Yeah, man. I'm on Snap. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I ain't on Twitter and all that goofy ass shit, man. It's just too much. I can't keep up with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know where I'm at. It's just my name. Just type my motherfucking name. Y'all see me? I keep it simple. Ain't running from the feds or nothing. I ain't done shit. Type in my name. Holla at me. Or don't holla at me. Whatever.
So tonight I'm at City Life. Jay gonna jump me off. They just texted me. I'm in here working at the same time. 83rd west of Cottage Grove. We're gonna be rocking vinyl if we can. We might plug in whatever. Come rock with us tonight.
And I'm gonna be out. And I'm gonna be out with my son, man. We going to football practice. The season has started, getting ready for the fall season. So he's gonna be back at football practice. Shout out to the Chicago Hellcats. Coach Ralph was happening. I know I missed a lot of my son's training. I didn't take him to summer training and everything, but he's gonna definitely be in that motherfucker today, man. We're gonna get him back right, man. Appreciate you and much love to you. Much love to the Chicago Hellcats, Angel, Tanya. Hey y'all, about to get it again this year.
Oh, hey.
This nigga didn't forget what he was gonna talk about. All right.
No, we're waiting on our guests and co-hosts to come in. Tyson Bell, great
Tyson
representative
Bell.
for economic transformation. And then she's introduced us to a up-and-coming female artist, Akila World.
All right, that's what's up. She gonna come in already?
No, they're not here yet.
Okay.
I'm doing 1,000 things.
Ah,
Need to hustle.
motherfucker get multitasking.
So,
Motherfucker straight over here
we
multitasking.
are the Industry.
Yes, we are.
Here's my get your object, and then I'll get my shoe of the week, and hopefully they'll be here by then. Cut off Instagram because too much is going on. Instagram, thank you all for so much support, and we're going to thank you all for sticking in there with us. And we've been in and out, but later, bro.
We got this weird ass Spike Lee picture. Spike Lee. What you call these things, man?
You already did Spike Lee before.
Not in this purple shit.
It was the same one. I only got one Spike Lee.
We'll do it again, man.
Okay.
Purple Spike Lee.
All
All right, that's it.
That's it.
That was corny as hell.
Yeah. Keep talking. I'm going to get my shoe.
This is a picture of Spike. This is purple ass. All right. How y'all doing, man? He didn't laugh, so I gotta be up in this motherfucker talking my shit. So shout out to Ticey. She's gonna come on. She got a female artist that we're gonna get out here and get to talk a little shit with. Like I said, no disrespect to the women out there. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for y'all, man. Just sometimes y'all frustrated with it, man. Sometimes y'all get y'all frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, everybody got their feelings and how they deal with them and shit. So it's understandable. But yeah, man, no disrespect to y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I think that's my problem, man. My sisters, man, y'all next level. So anyway, I ain't gonna keep dwelling on that or even kissing y'all ass.
The
Not gonna
shoe
do
that the shoe of the week that I wanted to show, I couldn't find. That might be a good
Oh.
thing because I had a backstory and Jay was ready for me to do that
Right.
backstory, but we didn't need it.
Want to use my shoe? I'll pull this motherfucker off right now.
No, I got a shoe. I got a shoe.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So these are called Jordan Labs. So let's read this.
Jordan Lane.
Jordan Labs. And I'm not a big Jordan person. I wear 9.5, 10.
Hey, never seen it.
I do, but I don't wear regular Jordans that other niggas wear.
Right.
So these are the 5s and they're the Labs.
I like the 5s. The 5s are one of my favorites. Boy, the
Thing
ones
about
and
them,
the
and they got
5s.
creases is they're reflective. Classic. They're very reflective.
Okay, that's
If you
kind of
try to
dope.
take a picture with a flash, you won't be able to see these. I like them a lot. You know, I don't wear what other niggas wear. It says 5.
No damn 5.
I ain't had that much high life.
Ain't no 5s.
Let's say 5 Lab 3s. You might be right.
Yeah, they 3s. Those are my favorite shoes. I like
This is
the
my shoe of the week. Came up lucky moment before they closed Cottage. Got it for a price that is unexplainable. And wasn't no hookup, just right place, right time.
Bought that shit off the crack.
No, I bought it from the Cottage Jordan factory spot.
Gotcha.
Welcome to the UnDustry. I'm gonna text our guests because we're waiting on them. They might be in here because I did walk away. I'm so sorry.
Man, it might be ready, man.
Again,
I want to speak to the lovely ladies.
we live on YouTube. We do this every week.
On Tuesdays.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? On Tuesdays, we kick it, we talk our shit, and we have a good time.
Let me ask if she ready.
All right.
You ready?
Shout out to the, I'm gonna bring this on out. I told you guys last week, my son's mother, little brother had passed away. So, they did the funeral last week and everything. So shout out to the family and everything. My condolences, prayers, and love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, Tati, Nada, Sharice, Liza. Isaac. Yeah, Isaac. So yeah, shout out to them, my son. You know what I'm saying? Funeral was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They played one of his songs, which was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Was it ours, the one you did?
No, but I do want to play his song.
I have stuff in the other computer library, but we had to go through it. We gotta upload all that shit and start uploading it to the channel. There's so much we gotta do.
Bro, I
don't have a
just told
staff.
you
It's
before
two
we even got
buddies
on.
with a dream.
I just told you before we got on.
Yes.
And you seeing that shit. You see it. That's all I need to know. I don't even need to talk to you no more about it. You already know what the fuck it is.
Patience is a virtue. I got you.
Yeah, like a motherfucker.
Like a motherfucker. Damn. We waiting on our guests, the co-hosts.
It's all good.
This week, somebody's calling me, Jermaine.
There we go.
What I got going on is Thursday night. Come to Culture Connection, buy you some sea moss and all that stuff. And Jay, talk to them for a minute.
I got
Another
you.
fee.
I got you. So yeah, shout out to my cousin Darren, man. He's getting married this week. And you know what I'm saying? My man's invited me on out there. So I'll be out there August 6th, Sunday. I think it's Sunday. So yeah, I know it's August 6th. But yeah, I'll be out there, check my little cuz out, man. Gonna get walked down that aisle. So yeah, shout out to him, man. That's gonna be some good shit, man. And shout out to, like I said, shout out to my family and everything. Oh, just to give you guys a heads up, to everybody that's watching, and my family, and definitely my family, because this is including y'all. I'm me and my cousin Mickey and my cousin Nene Renee. So that's 3 of us so far, but we're gonna be setting up and getting ready for the next family reunion. We're gonna step in, you know what I'm saying? Because the OGs was handling it for a few years or for some years now. So we're gonna start stepping up to the plate, man, and start doing it on our end. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take over this tradition. Because like I said, the Banks family is definitely expanding, it's getting bigger, we steady growing, and we need to start getting a little more acquainted with each other and getting started to start seeing our kids and our kids' kids. Like my first cousins got kids and their kids has kids. So this is how the tradition is going down, man. Like our blood is not going nowhere. We're gonna be a pillar in this world till it's over. You feel what I'm saying? So I want, I want us to have some type of acknowledgement of our family, because our family is what we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even through marriage, you know what I'm saying? But through blood, like we have first, second, and third cousins. That's literally through blood. Like, not, I've been knowing this person for X amount of years, and then we have a very extensive family out here. So, long story short, like I said, we're gonna start stepping up to the plate. Start next year, we're gonna start stepping up to the plate. I'm definitely gonna get on the family reunion webpage. I'm familiar with it, and I'm gonna start talking and reaching out to people and everything. Just letting you guys know how we're gonna do it and what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not looking for too much input from the family because I want it to be something that we do and y'all just come and just have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have our ideas on how it's gonna go. We're gonna give you guys a heads up. But your input is cool. But like I said, we just wanna, we wanna just give you guys the opportunity to come out, have a good time, and be amongst your family. So like I said, just be ready for that, man. We're gonna step up and start setting up these family reunions and everything. And we're gonna get it cracking for you guys, man. We're gonna make it legit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good time. Ain't gonna be no drama. We ain't gonna be worried about who eating this food and who taking this food. We ain't gonna be worried about none of that bullshit, none of that petty ass. I don't like them because we ain't on none of that shit. Family reunion is strictly what it is. We having a family reunion. We're getting acquainted with our family. We're getting acquainted with kids. We're getting acquainted with everybody because our family is big as shit out here. So we need to get some acknowledgement on everybody. We need to make sure everybody's familiar with each other. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just get ready for that shit, man. It's gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling y'all it's gonna be we're gonna have this and I ain't telling y'all nothing.
Freestyle.
You know what I'm saying? On the real. We're gonna put y'all in the motherfucking stadium. We're gonna have a DJ, some bouncy houses, and some food. Y'all gonna kick it and we're gonna have a good motherfucking time.
I'm gonna call her Lorraine.
So y'all just get ready, man. Y'all get ready.
On here coming.
There we go. We got action.
Not the day drinking.
Uh-oh. What we do on UnDustry.
It's high life.
Yeah, it's high. You got high life?
Yeah,
you got the champagne, the beers?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Welcome me to the show the right way then. I'm sorry.
Right, this is technically not drinking. This is like seltzer water and shit.
Listen, I drinks the champagne, the beers.
Okay, all right. Show you right, all right. Glad to hear that.
I could have came to the studio today.
Shoulda. How you been?
I've been good. A little busy.
Okay. Busy. So tell us about the Silver Room Block Party. We ain't get to go. Fill us in.
There we go. What's happening?
Silver Room Block Party was lit. Do you hear me? It was my first time.
Last one. Oh.
Yep, it was my first time, but I'm telling you, I literally just got off the phone with Equity and Transformation, where I am a fellow and also an leader for Joliet, and a part of the Chicago chapter as well. So listen, man, this opportunity for us was big, BIG, like big payback big, because we're talking about the war on drugs and drug war reparations. And we're saying, like, right now, this time, we need drug war reparations. Like, just say yes. You know what I'm saying? We know that it damaged our communities, but this national movement, this citywide, statewide push, we had an opportunity to do a panel. So if you're listening, if you haven't, Sunil, Jay, if y'all haven't already followed us on Instagram, Facebook, but Instagram, you know, obviously it's like that smaller version, but bigger. Jump on there. Like, literally, we getting ready to call everybody back and let them know. So we did the vision release during the Silver Room Block Party, where thousands of people were coming through for good music, vibes. I mean, listen, they did it big. The drinks.
That's what's up.
Just gonna jump off script real quick. The drinks. Uncle Nearest. Y'all had Uncle Nearest before?
I've heard of it. I haven't had it. It's a whiskey, right?
It's a whiskey, and I believe that Uncle Nearest is either the first Black distillery, 1856, or the first distillery, period.
Okay.
But they out of Tennessee, and they had a whole section. I think Lollipop Winery, I did get a chance to drop by their booth. And then Bronzeville Winery had a whole situation, okay? I tried to sit over there and have me a champagne bottle, but I was working. But they had wine tasting, champagne room jumping off, private little areas underneath their tent. It was just a good time had by all. I didn't realize that I missed the mayor and Juliana Stratton, but it is what it is. You know, that came up in the highlights that they were both there on the stage. So that's how hard I was grinding on y'all behalf. Okay.
Right.
On behalf of,
appreciate it.
On behalf of all Black people. So yeah. So we got to get these reparations, right? And as soon as we get a link, we're going to make sure that the audience has it, because as y'all say, the industry, like, there's this underlining issue in all of our communities that links us together, right? Which is the marginalization of who we are, all the way down to our core, all the way down to our bloodline. And that is since the Nixon administration and the government having a whole agenda of, you know, the drugs is there, DCFS, stripping apart families, you know, a brother or sister get out of jail, you can't live in this house because you got this case against you. So we literally break this vision down and we give you a pamphlet brochure. It's amazing. I'm gonna share, I think I shared it already with Sunil. Yes, but I'm gonna make sure, that you guys again go over there to eatchicago.org and on our Instagram. But you can scan it, you can look at it. Listen, y'all, it's beautiful. Okay. It's gonna move you. It's gonna move you. And if you have not signed it, go sign the reparations for now. Like, this is something that we can envision together. We're going to come to your community. We're going to talk to you. If you say, man, I want to do more than just sign, I want to be active, I want to do this in my community, I want to talk to people, I want to knock, I want to call people, or I just want to send this to 5 more people and get them to sign this reparations. It's happening, right? Evanston, California, people are getting compensated, but not only compensated, they're saying we're satisfied with the demands. So you make the demands yourself. We don't do it for you. We do it as a collective in each community.
Okay, so Tyson, check this out. I got a question to ask you about is this the drug war? Okay, now I've heard of it, but I didn't get the details of it. Like, what does it consist of?
So when we say war on drugs, and we say drug war reparations, war on drugs, give me like one thing that pops in your hand when you hear war on drugs.
Crack.
Strikes.
Crack. I heard, what else?
They were selling crack. They were selling crack pipes in liquor stores, and I know personally because I was 12 years old working in a food and liquor store. Remember the crack pipes with the Nike symbol and the dragons and shit? Crack pipes and the screens that go in the fucking crack pipe.
And you see how you said you were also working in the store at 12 years old, right?
Yep.
So there's this premise that we don't have and didn't do anything for ourselves. but we were informal workers and working because the government had already came in and did mass destruction on our neighborhoods. So you were working at 12 in a corner store, you were getting paid, right? So informal workers, incarcerated individuals selling any form of drug, contraband, whatever, right? Even cigarettes or meals and dinners or babysitting, doing hair at that time, right? So we were marginalized, out of jobs, compromised, right? So again, this movement started with the Nixon administration with serious laws and policies, literally canceling out millions of individuals with laws. And then you see this huge school to prison pipeline, right? At one point, we had just a couple hundred people locked up in cities like Joliet. And then boom, war on drugs, thousands of people. You know, you pulled over, you in school, and they not calling the principal no more. They not calling mom, you going straight to jail. You going straight to the youth, you know what I'm saying, youth camp. You literally immediately expelled from school. So now that's following you, right? That's following you. You selling some drugs, or you hanging out with your friends, or you on the block, right? They pulling up. You pulled over, you standing against the wall, your name is in a gang system. You're not in no gang. But wasn't the gangs back then doing human rights, civil rights? Weren't they a part of all of the movements trying to say that we need food, we need housing, we need these things? So the war on drugs took way more away from our from us, you know. And so when we say that the war on drugs and drug war reparations, we're saying we demand 5 things. So satisfaction, we're talking about reconciliation, and we're talking about rehabilitation. Sometimes that comes in the form of mental health, right? So I thought about this the other day when I was talking to a young lady. She said sometimes when she's sitting by herself, she knows that a lot of her learning disabilities as a child was because her dad did crack. And then another woman was saying she knows that her mom lost it when her baby daddy or boyfriend at the time kept going to jail, right? Mental health, mental stability. So, you know, those are things that people have learned to try to cope, deal with, but have been passed down for generations. And so the lack of housing and those things therefore led to what we also need, which is guaranteed. And it's a part of the pillars as well. So that says that this won't happen again, non-repetition. So we're okay with demanding it. We're telling you what we want. And a lot of people always rush to, well, how much money is it? You know, and so again, we're not pushing what it's going to look like on you. We're saying, let's come together, let's educate, let's talk about it. But first step is sign, because individuals made choices and policy. Lawmakers in Illinois decided that marijuana was now legal. And so once you do that and you make billions, what you say, brother?
To prophesize.
So once you make something profitable, and then you're taxing it, and you're saying that we're going to help those communities that were marginalized, and you did not, and you passed that bill in 2019 and Pritzker signed it, and then you again took Black people out of the opportunity to even be a part of that. And that was something that they were making money off of, and they were criminalized. So we were criminalized for it, and now that it's legal, it's okay. So that's why drug reparations is the way to is the big payback for this generation and for the generations that are standing with us.
Okay.
Clear to me.
Yeah, I definitely.
Jay, I'm gonna put you in on the team. I'm gonna give you more information. I'm gonna give you my brochures so we can chat about it more often. As a sidebar, everyone, we'll talk about that. But Ticey has introduced us to an artist, and Aquila is here.
Oh shit! Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm snapping the fingers. We doing that?
This is the In This Industry podcast. We uncover, reveal our experiences on a weekly basis every Tuesday afternoon, discussing. Me and Jay have done tours. We've worked in clubs or
Oh, there she is.
does stage shows. Ticey is here as a co-host who has hired me or us and has been looking for people to be informed about quality, equal opportunities, which the show is about. And today we're going to interview a young lady that we're introduced to find out more about her as she's an artist, and we get a whole palm print. Hey,
There she is.
we waiting
I
on
see
you.
her. Can she see us? Hey, yeah, she sees us. All right,
Hey,
that's
I can see you. I'm trying to
We hear
make
you.
it where it's louder.
Yeah, we can hear you too.
Okay, good.
You're
All
great.
right.
Ticey, why you leave us?
Hey, hey.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good.
There we go. There we go. All right, all right.
Akila,
Whole gang is here.
I am SP1, Sunil Honeycutt, and I am the co-host to Jay Banks. He's the host. Show The UnDustry. We uncover, reveal weekly conversations about festivals and nightlife and concerts and the day-to-day entertainment that is given from content from cultural artists or cultural people.
We
Cultural
talk a
people
lot of
bring
shit,
content.
basically.
Got it.
We talk a lot of shit.
No,
That's
Good.
all. He's so analytical and shit. We're discovering and uncovering. Hey, we talking a lot of shit about the shit we've been through in these clubs and what we've been on the road.
Right.
slimy promoters or slimy
You know what
venues.
I'm saying? That's we just talking shit. You know, I've been in this world 47 years. I've been doing this shit with this man for fucking over 20 plus years. So that's
Wow.
all we're doing.
Cool.
And we did it culturally out of love, fellowship. A lot of people say hip hop saved their life. I'm a Chicago
We
person.
was doing a lot of nickel and diamond. I'm gonna tell you that shit.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Hip hop
Robert
has
Peter to
nickel
pay
and dime.
Paul. Shit.
What you
Mhm.
say, Akila?
I said hip hop will have you nickel and diamond. You in the
I
industry.
swear. I swear.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Welcome, Akila.
Hey, thank you. Oh, hey, Taichi. Yeah. How you been?
I've been good. I'm so glad to see you. Sorry I missed you on Sunday. I went back for Block Party Day 2. So
Oh.
it was a bit much, but so glad that you could make it on the show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I know you were there in spirit.
Akila, if you want to see all of us at the same time, you just scroll to the left or right, whatever device. It may
Okay.
assist.
Okay. Now I see it. Okay.
Hi. See, we're all here. Everybody wave to Akila. World, that is.
I think she
Akila,
saw me, right? Yeah.
introduce
She see-
yourself.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Akila, introduce yourself as you are here with Jay's show, which is The UnDustry. I'm the co-host. Ticey is today's assistant co-host who's introduced you to us August 1st. We're coming to the end of summer. We get to find out about a brand new artist called Akila World. Share with us Akila World.
Yes, so I am Akila, also known as Akila Nihanda. I have been doing hip hop for over 10 years. My first music video I did on the yard of Howard University. That was probably 2011, something like that, 2012. And yeah, I've really been, I guess you could say, showing people that you can shift and you can do hip hop as a female artist without talking about your body parts, without sexualizing yourself. And, you know, there's so many different ways you could do hip hop and so many topics. I started to do videos on hot topics, like freestyles on social media. And that got the attention of Dr. Boyce Watkins, who pretty much wanted to promote me on all his platforms. And he invited me to the All Black National Convention where I met Ticey. What year was that? That was 20. We were in Orlando. So that was.
Yeah, because that convention has converted a lot of people.
Yes. So that was 20. Was that 21, Akila? That would have been 21.
Yeah, that was
20. I was there in 21. Yeah, I think it was 21.
And that was in Orlando. And
Yep.
so we so yeah, I've been doing that. And then on Sunday, this past Sunday that just happened, I did
Chicago.
I'm still in Chicago, funny enough. I'm still in Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, we're trying to fly, we're trying to do the standby thing. So we probably won't get out of here till tomorrow. But
I got an opportunity for you.
okay.
I might have to Uber you to come kick it with the bros, get some Southside love. We playing vinyl tonight, but we'll talk about that. It's about
Okay. And what else? Oh, so I had my Sunday performance, my first ever headlining show.
Where?
At the Gallery Guichard.
When, where, and how? Come on, give us
It
all.
was on this past Sunday, the 30th. And I'm with Peace Industry Music Group, which is it's a artist development label, and it's a imprint at Rock Nation. And so what we did was Mr. John Boyd, who actually I was introduced by Dr. Boyce Watkins, and he was like, we're gonna put you on tour. You've been doing this long enough, you have enough songs, we're just gonna put you on tour. And pretty much you're gonna learn on the go how it is to do a tour and what it takes to do a tour.
So stop for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Three things happened. Gallery Guichard is part of one of the Black diaspora of Chicago, which is called the Bronzeville Artist Gallery. Bronzeville Artist Gallery is a Chicago staple in Bronzeville, where they shot Blues Brothers, where you had Aretha and you had Shaka Khan was living over there, and you had, I can go on and on. Muhammad Ali lived in that area. Oh, I gotta mention him. You will never find. He said, "You'll never find."
Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls
You
had
will
a
never
venue there that was called the Apollo of Chicago.
A love like mine.
Yeah. So Gallery Guichard is a staple to a artist colony called the Artist Bronzeville Loft, and our company, me and Jay, Tha UnDustry, does venue events there, and you were in a great space. But not just that, you just told us that a person like you were taking a tour with airlikes who mean well for the Black diaspora for artists. That's amazing. Before you even say more, do you have you received it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that you told me even more about that area, I think it's just really fitting, because that's the spirit, that's the spirit that we've been having. And that even with Peace Industry Music Group, like, that's the spirit we've been on. Like, we talked in Dallas at a workshop with a collective. It was actually more artists at one point. And, we were saying, like, we don't need any more just rappers. We need revolutionaries. We need Tupacs. We need Bob Marleys. We need, like, there's hundreds of thousands of rappers already. You know what I mean? And so, but we need revolutionary people. And so when you just said that area, has the spirit of revolution, like, it makes sense, because that's
the
really
area of Chess Records. You need to know that. That's the areas of like, Buddy Guy, who is Shauna from Ludacris group. Right, and that's the area of
getting some head. That's Buddy Guy's daughter.
Bring that up. Stop. And then,
well, I'm just saying, it's a song that was popular that she was on. What are you talking about?
And it's the area of the whole movie that Beyonce was in about Chess Records and everything. That's the area. That's the primary area. Yeah. So that area. Watch this. You were in the area, King Drive, which is the King Drive for every Black community, that does the largest parade worldwide for Black people. It's called a Buck Billiken Parade. Buck Billiken Parade is the largest. It beats out, it's competitive with the Festival of New Orleans, but because New Orleans has so many consistent Black festivals,
it
only coincides because we've done that. It might be about 60, 75 years. It's the longest running Black parade ever. You were there. Like, if you might, the parade is next week. Like if you would have
I think it's next
one more
week.
week, you would have been your audience would not have made it. You can't walk in that area. It's
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. What's the name of the parade?
Bug Billiken
The
parade.
Bud Billiken Parade.
Bug Billiken.
Do
Okay.
anybody know who the fuck Bud Billiken is?
Yes.
Drop it.
Let me out.
So the Defender publication, which was a black
Uh-huh.
magazine, decided that they wanted to contribute with the WVON, the longest running radio show for black people. WVON goes way back to they established in Chicago, but even now, if you go WVON, which you should have been, I wish I could have got you on WVON with Africa Porter. Next time you're here and things like this is happening, make sure Tyson really reach me. I was occupied, so I couldn't participate because I'm my own personal uncle.
I believe I was on, have you heard of the Mandine show? It used to be
That's
Monique.
WVON. You was with
That's
the great
WVON.
brother, Mandine Muhammad.
Yeah, I was on there.
Great Mandine Muhammad. Good
Yeah,
brother.
I was on there twice. He came to the concert too.
Yeah, Mandine. Great brother.
He's awesome.
Mandine Muhammad. You was in the right place to be. You was on you had the Chicago experience. Wow.
I did. Yeah, I did. And see, now I'm on this podcast, so I really have the experience. Hey.
Hey, this is the only podcast you've been on since you've been in Chicago?
Since I've been on Chicago, yes.
Because that was national radio. You was on a worldwide international radio show. WVON is on iHeartRadio and everything. So you reached the plateau. Yes.
Yeah, I was on his. We went into the television station, so we did like the video one, and then I also interviewed on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday or Friday.
Why you make that face? You don't know what day it was. You're like Saturday.
No, the days have been flying with this whole
Look at
show.
you, you're an artist. Where's your manager?
Sure, yeah, man, that's crazy. But it was either Friday or Saturday. I was on WVON, like on the phone. So
you should have went to the place. It's right there. It's nowhere.
That's what's
I'm not
up.
gonna ask where you are here, but because it's also it's on YouTube Live. I've connected to Sunil Honeycutt's Facebook, so you are aware of what's happening. We do this every Tuesday. We're happy to have you here August 1st, uncovering your experience in Chicago.
yes,
Industry experience, your cultural content offering to the business, which is the industry, the show.
right.
So,
Mhm. Now,
So
Akil, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
You from Houston? Oh, okay.
don't
That's
tell me
what's
you're
up.
walking around with cow boots on. Please don't.
I wish.
Oh,
I
Lord. Don't
I
get them
should've brought
started on
I
these
do have-
damn
I
cow
do have
boots.
boots, but they're not cowboy boots. But that's what I wore this whole time I was here.
What you wear?
These black boots.
Black
Is that
boots.
thing? I'm not trying to be funny.
I
Is that
personally like to wear boots because of the ankle protection.
Timberlands or cowboy boots?
Exactly.
No, just regular
Combat boots.
Yeah, more like combat boots. Yeah, I like combat
Okay.
boots. Yeah,
Bro, I just had a conversation about that. I just had a conversation on this show about them damn boots, didn't I?
Which one, Jay? Combat boots or cowboy
The
boots?
reason why I wear boots for my
Wow.
job.
Oh, yes.
Remember, we were just talking about that shit.
what for your ankle? Like for your
Support,
better-
and I just don't. Yeah, because I do security, so I don't. Every job that I've ever applied for, while that required you to wear like certain shoes, I always tell them I wear boots. I said I'm not gonna wear no dress shoes and no gym shoes. I wear boots.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
It's
once
good
I broke
support.
it down to them why, it was like all of them was like cool. But we
Yeah,
just had a
makes
conversation
sense.
about boots.
It makes sense. I just threw away some shoes. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get these shoes. And I wasn't out the house but 10 minutes from my car to the trash, whatever, and my ankle rocked over. Because once you hit a certain plateau in a shoe, and this is a leather shoe, nice shoe, got it out of Marshalls, they're gonna give you a discount, but it was a nice name brand shoe, right? And I said, I'm not gonna take the chance of giving somebody else this shoe, even though it's a small size shoe. But that makes perfect sense when you think about how many people wear boots, Timbs, anything in between. And then my track name was Skankles. So my ankles is kind of little, skinny ankles. But anyway.
I got skinny ankles too. People, right. I'm like, hip hop, to me, hip hop is about keeping it real. And for me, I'm going to always keep it real. I'm going to always be comfortable. If I'm going to be on stage, I'm going to be comfortable. I had on see, my image when it comes to, it took a long time to figure out exactly what type of image I wanted to hone in on. But I'm Muslim, so of course I'm going to always be covered. But I was trying to figure out, okay, now what kind of covering do I want? Because in hip hop, you got the B-girl, you got, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I don't necessarily want to always look like that. I want to be able to show a very regal side of hip hop. And so, and I was in a meeting, y'all know Brother Enoch of Hip Hop Detox.
I was with him yesterday at the wrap up for Hip Hop Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Month. We do this every month in July at Columbia College, which is our music school in Chicago, the Berkeley of Columbia College. Everywhere is like the Berkeley of that state. I was with him yesterday in a town hall meeting about hip hop in Chicago.
Great job, by the way.
And so he got us into a meeting with Minister Farrakhan years ago, and it was like a sit down meeting for over 3 hours.
Within the 10 years you've been an artist?
Yeah, it was a few years ago. And it might have been 2017. And we sat down.
Speaking of Farrakhan for 3 hours?
Yes, it was mind blowing. And so it was a group of us. It was the whole Hip Hop Detox. And we all had an opportunity to ask him a question. My question was, how do you think females should carry themselves in hip hop? How do you think that they should present themselves? And he was like, study the greats, like Black women from back in the day. And of course, he took it way back. He was like, study Lena Horne, study Ella Fitzgerald, study,
right.
People, Billie Holiday. They carried themselves with so much class. They carried themselves with so much pristine and dignity. And I was like, okay, for sure. But it wasn't until recently, literally a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that I was like, you know what? Actually, okay, now adding to this, I hosted a banquet a few months ago, and I wore this Queen Latifah type hat. Okay. And the people were like, you know what, that's your look. That looks really good. And I'm like, okay, cool. Mental note, right? So now fast forward to a few weeks ago, I'm like, okay, what should my style be? People really like my little Queen Latifah hat, all that. That's pretty cool. So I decided, I was like, you know what?
Queen Latifah hat. Don't do that.
Yes.
It's garment, royalty, crown that it deserves.
It's like a
reference, but don't.
It's a crown.
Yeah.
And so the only reason why I say Queen Latifah is so people could get a visual. But
thank you.
Yeah,
but ladies first, because Queen Latifah don't wear it no more.
Yeah, she don't wear it no more. But pretty much like a crown,
Yeah.
So I was trying to find different ways to cover my hair, different crown styles, different scarves. And so one of my looks is just to have my scarf tied back, and then the other one is more like a crown. And so I decided, I'm like, you know what? Those are going to be my two signature looks. And
beautiful, by the way. You look beautiful.
Thank you. And so even for my show on Sunday, I'm going to create a reel and all of that. And once I get more footage, I'll be able to show more. But even for that, I wore it was sequenced emerald green, but it actually reminded you of a Billie Holiday or a Lena Horne type gown with a crown that matched the actual sequence. But it was hip hop. So I personally thought that was real crazy in a good way, because it throws people off, because you don't think of this regal, like queenly look
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the everyday hip hop look, especially nowadays.
Ah,
Everybody got their
No,
clothes off.
as hip hop, now
What's up?
you're gonna you talking to the wrong person. Don't do it. Every time Tyson arrives, Tyson comes with her apparel on. I dot T crossed queen.
Of
So
course.
what I'm explaining is represent yourself.
Right.
Pop does represent individuality, but
Yeah.
what happened is the content has been converted to fill the business and
Talk about it.
the Nickies and the Megs and the Cardis,
Right.
and that's fine what they do. That's their lane because they're in
Right.
a business.
Right.
That's an occupational choice and a stylish choice. As
Right.
you're finding your way and you're doing it culturally and you have it really, I'm listening. This is my opinion, not the truth.
Mhm.
Haven't met that. And so a lot of things you're saying are tips for the up and coming because
Yes.
this world ain't all this business stuff. You're giving, I was going to say hella tips. Wear some boots. Don't wear no heels. Don't break your ankles. Represent yourself. Be a
Mhm.
queen. So you won't, if you get disrespected as a queen, they ugly. But now if you selling something else and they ugly, you sold them something else. So they ugly because you sold something else.
Right.
You understand? And a lot of people, man, that's crazy. Thank you for being here.
And let me say this, like you just said 2 weeks ago, a lot of times we think people got to have it all together every day. And it's been that way. It's okay to be to be yourself and to experience new things weekly, daily. That's called growth. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, you are artist and saying you've been around 10 years, offering up knowledge on just 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? You were thinking about how you dress, but not thinking about it to be accepted, but thinking about it to be you, to be authentic to who you are.
Exactly. And to me, that's hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to bring, because this world and industry, corporation, whatever you want to call it, has boxed hip hop, you know, put it in a box, and especially put females in hip hop in a box. Now you got people literally thinking that all they can do is show their body. All they can do is rap about sex. Like, at this point, they don't even see any other reference point. They don't know.
Reference point. Their reference point ain't even sex anymore. Their reference point ain't even talking about body. They the new gangbangers.
Yeah, and then you got that.
They the brand new gangbangers. They done eat. I'm gonna share something with you real fast. I wish I could have shared at the meeting we had yesterday. I love that mumble mouth exists. Let me explain. People don't understand why mumble mouth exists. We had the Rakims, we had the Big Daddy Kanes, both two different styles, suave, right? We had KRS-One, who wants to be liberated because he was in group home and he wanted to show, even though I'm in a group home, I'm not poverty stricken and I can elaborate and intelligently use proper usage under the King James English. So those are my top three. So that's my purpose of that, right? Then we get to mumble mouth. So it evolves. We get all this backpacker nerds and we get all this trap and we get mumble mouth. Nothing's wrong with mumble mouth because there are rap is people reporting about their experiences from the trauma. Hip hop only exists from the trauma. I brought in the guest for you, Akilah. Look,
I see.
I told you, I'm plug, baby, I'm plug. I'm out here. No, I'm just acting silly. So I
concert too.
Yeah. So the trauma of the culture allows the evolving of mumble mouth because they're children of meth. Their parents couldn't talk proper English. So they're speaking as they were raised. They didn't talk with proper usage. So you're getting multiple things. You're getting Chief Keef, he's in Chicago, Southern background, broken English. Now the parent can't speak because of substance abuse. At least he's still reporting his experience because the trauma of hip hop gave him an occupation to be a rapper. He's an innovator of a lane that came from trauma of America. Hip hop biggest reward they ever gave the urban experience is hip hop. And they tried to say it was nothing, but it's the biggest commodity that exists universal. If the aliens come here, they're gonna be like, where them hip hop people at?
Wait a minute. What's that verse? Often imitated. Don't help me out.
Duplicate.
Imitated, never duplicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people talk about it all the time. The theft of culture, right? Again, wrapped up in the war on drugs, what I was speaking on earlier, wrapped up in the idea of trauma, right? So it's not just about stopping it, but Akilah, you just led to it. You know, we celebrate it in the way we dress, in the way that we respect our elders, in the way that we look at the history. You know what I'm saying? Sunil, you just did it. You brought us all the way from what was to what is, right? What was Brownsville? What was that culture like? That's a gallery. That's an art. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we step into these spaces, you know, people say, Ashe, you know, they bless the ancestors, right? But we also have to really empower, you know, folks like Akilah and people who are definitely still really making waves in this conscious man. Listen, if you have not went to her Instagram page or that link that I dropped, I'm gonna make sure when you see my face drop off for Brother Enoch, much respect, brother, I'm going to drop her link in the chat for folks that drop in. And I'll follow it on Facebook and drop it there, because what she does is so powerful for a Black woman like me who met her, like I said, at the Black National Conference. You know, yes, we do. We have to convert. We have to choose. And hip hop doesn't make us choose, right? So this space is the industry for a reason. It does not make us choose. It does not make us draw more barriers. It allows us to unpack, because music is where you find it, in the car, in the shower, wherever. So it's a movement, right?
That's why we call you Ticey. Look at Ticey.
The light, baby.
Look at you, Ticey.
So
Ticey made a great transition, not just for me to reintroduce you to the show, which is the industry we do every Tuesday, but to bring on Brother Enoch. So if he want to say a word, he's welcome to say a word. But Akilah, oh, I wish we could have had you so much longer. We'll stay on for you, but we do this every Tuesday. We usually end, you know, a 2-hour YouTube show. Ticey really made a transition. I wanted to show you that Brother Enoch is connected and I'm involved. And
I see
that, you know, you were in Chicago with the experience, and me and him had a great day yesterday as he wears the Afro wear shirt. I see you, Brother Enoch, always representing with the icons that cover our diaspora with, you know, entrepreneurship. Brother Enoch, we got Akilah here. She told me she had a great experience with you and meeting you. And I wanted to tell her I knew the right people. I wish I'd have, you know, could have had her there yesterday. She was with Brother Muhammad, Mehdi Muhammad with VON through the show. I wish she would have just went to the show. Like, we got to take care of next time she comes to Chicago.
Well, first of all, peace to everybody, and peace, my sister from Lakem.
Lake Salam.
And most definitely, we came through to the show, and you know, we've been rotating for a while now. So it's a lot that we can show you, because sister's been part of Hip Hop Detox Productions for a few years now, going back to 2016, I think, at least.
Yes.
But I think also, I heard something about Chief Keef, and I just wanted to put it out there that Chief Keef was also diagnosed with Asperger's.
Oh, wow.
And so he's on the spectrum when it comes to mental health challenges. And unfortunately, you got a lot of people in the entertainment film industry that have a variety of mental health challenges. A lot of times we go undiagnosed, and even if we are diagnosed, the strategies they have to help don't really help as much as they could, because they rely so much on chemicals and feeding us drugs. And their practices are not holistic. And I understand some things are needed, because somebody could be, a person could be so imbalanced that you got to bring them to a level of balance, so then you can wean them off and build them up. So I understand there's a variety of strategies. I just want to put that out there that he was diagnosed, you know, with Asperger's, and he was someone that probably had a IEP.
Brother Enoch,
know.
we experienced that yesterday with a young brother that I didn't think needs an apology. He wanted an apology from us, but we've all had trauma. And then
Yes,
the
sir.
sister that I've just met that your experience with has been such a success in this interview and meeting her about her making sure she represents a culture, not a industry, you know what I'm saying, or the business, which is all three different icons. Chief Keef was able to be utilized and I'm not going to say taken advantage of, because he accomplished something to evolve a culture. So I was just sharing with her, nothing's wrong with the mumble mouth or her being at her level of artistry to the beginning of the culture of, if you want to talk about Captain Sky or any other person from the 70s, right? Her bringing in the records and then introducing a Busy Bee. So once again, Akila, we can talk as long as you are available, because I know you're waiting on the standby flight. Enoch is here. Let's talk. Let's get it happening. Jay is here. Jay is the host of the UnDustry show, where we talk about.
You still here in Chicago, sis?
I'm still here. You see, I'm you know where I'm at.
If you scroll to the left, you'll get all of us.
Oh well, I thought sister was in Houston. I didn't know you was still here. I would have tried to
I know.
bring
I'm
you
still
yesterday.
here. I'm
Okay,
still
well,
here
you probably was recuperating a little bit also.
for sure. I actually forgot about, because I know you sent me the flyer and I forgot about it because I was recouping. But yeah, I probably, you know, because we're doing the standby thing, not sure, we'll probably end up getting out maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm here all day.
Leave. I'm gonna have her come out tonight to meet a new audience. As Enoch knows, I have a vinyl cipher thing I do. Wherever they want the vinyl, I represent that part of the culture very extensively. So there is a location in the South Side that I will be playing it. But if I can Uber you back and forth, if you got a moment to represent and explain your story.
Look, I have my 3-year-old with me, so I'm not sure if it's a 3-year-old friendly.
Not that atmosphere for a 3-year-old.
Yeah, I figured. But I think, I mean, next time for sure.
I could have brought you the Culture Connection. I was there earlier today, and she would have loved Culture Connection. I was there early. Yeah.
We're gonna have to do some for real planning next time.
Well, I'll make sure. You know, you're right. We gotta plan collectively, because a lot of times we miss opportunities because we don't sit down with each other. And I've experienced that going to different cities. It's a blessing when you're able to have a collective group, because everybody has their own networks and their own sphere of influence.
Our
and a lot of
conversation
times,
yesterday, yes.
Yeah, a lot of times we miss opportunities because we don't synergize with the variety of people who do what they do. You know, we were already told about the team of hearts and brilliance of minds, you know, and the reality is that all of us who operate in silos, it takes, unfortunately, a lot of times tragedy for us to come together and say, let's do something. So this time it's not a tragedy, but we do have a heads up that, hey, a few more of us need to get together, so that way when we can plan collectively, so that, you know, everybody has, you know, the activity on their calendar, and so a variety of energies can be brought together. So
Enoch, can I outline what you just said? Akila, anytime you're in our region, right now, you have 4 people support of you. That's as simple as I felt what Enoch said. And we all, as he said, we're silos, but when it comes to a person at your dynamic, we don't want you to feel you can't maximize your opportunity being in this region, and we're here for you.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. Because that's one of the things people were saying when I was, you know, trying to get people to come to the concert. They were like, oh, Chicago is just a hard place to break. Chicago's just hard. Chicago's hard. I'm like, I don't know.
Right. All right. Well, Akila, just where can we find you? Where can we get your information out there?
So akilasworld.com has everything you need on that website, akilasworld.com. all the links to all of my social media is on there. All of my social media is Akila Nihanda. That's at Akila, AKILAHNEHANDA, Akila Nihanda. So if you go on akilasworld.com, that'll make it easier. But I have a mixtape on there available as well for download called Almost Threw It Away. And I called it Almost Threw It Away because as artists, in our workshop in Dallas, we were able to talk to a brother named Dale from the Zap Band. And he was saying, he was like, listen, you know, a lot of artists sit on their music because of just whatever reason. I know for me, I was sitting on music because there's always something I feel like it's missing, or I feel like it's not finished. He was like, just create as much as you can and put it out, because you don't know what songs are actually going to be the songs that really touch the people. So it was a sister in the mosque that I go to. She was selling her mixtapes, and I was thinking to myself, like, why don't I put out, you know, the music that I know I've been recording over the years? So I went into my Gmail and I started pretty much looking at all the songs that I had. I had a lot of songs. So I said, you know what? And then when I listened to them, I'm like, these are actually really good. Like, they don't even need, you know, the things that I guess I thought. Yeah, I'm like, what? So I said, you know what? I just put all of those songs on mixed with the songs that I've been doing recently, put it on a mixtape, and I was like, I'm about to put this out. So that's why it's called Almost Threw It Away. So that's on my website as well. If you guys would download that, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Thank you, Brother Enoch, for showing up, showing support to someone you brought in our region. Ticey, thank you for introducing this beautiful energy to the UnDustry podcast. Please go to akilaworld.com.
Yes, akilasworld.com.
akilasworld.com. All right, that's what's up. Gotta check it out. Gotta check it out.
We will be sharing more about economic transformation and big payback throughout the weeks. Akila, you could come back anytime you want. Like, if you think you're around.
Yes.
Congratulations on the seed that you're earthing around 3-year-old. What is it, girl, boy?
Girl, yeah, Nailani. She be dancing in my videos sometimes.
All right, that's what's up. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But
thank you once again, Ticey.
Thank you, Ticey, for introducing me.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for letting me come back in.
Yeah.
You always welcome, Ticey. Stop.
She already know.
She already know.
You already know, man.
Already know.
Yep.
Cutting up.
But this concludes my part, because I got to get ready to go, because I got to get this boy ready for football practice, and I got to cook.
All right.
Yeah, I got to get back to daddy mode real quick.
I just walk off. I'll close it. Bye.
All right. You ain't got to say it like that, man.
Quick question.
Told you, y'all sensitive ass nigga, man.
That's that champagne. That's that little champagne, the beer. You know, he don't know.
Hey, take your girlfriend with you.
You just walk out, bye.
Hey, take your girlfriend with you.
Who?
With her mouth open.
Whatever, man. I need to find my weed, though. I ain't gonna need bullshit.
That's what's wrong with you.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna figure this out. Ladies, thank you so much for coming out. Appreciate you. Akila, I'm definitely check you out. Ticey, you know what it is. We will talk. I will see you.
Next time.
All right, SP, you kiss my ass. Later, folks.
All right, I'll see you at 4:30. I got it. Don't worry about it. Leave it on. I got it. I'll shut it down.
Nigga, okay.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. So, Akila, I have a few questions because I'm excited to meet a established, up-and-coming independent artist. And I am familiar with the Rock Nation's program, how they built Rhapsody with the Ninth Wonder. So did you have to go through any of that camp?
Well, I'm with Peace Industry Music Group, and so it's an imprint. So I haven't had to do really anything except for whatever it is that Peace Industry is going to have us do. You know what I mean? It's this label is more like a wind beneath my wings type of situation. It's like they're just guiding me, and I'm still doing it.
Representing, they're endorsing, and you have to do everything yourself. Yeah, gotcha.
And because they are an imprint, you know, sometimes just being able to use that, you know, is good leverage. But yeah, you know, New York is my next stop on the tour.
God
So
bless you.
yeah, so we'll see if we, you know, stop by the Rock Nation building or see what's up. Might meet some people, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have found a fan in me.
Yay.
And I can't wait to hear more. I'm very and as you see embraced in what the culture is, not the business.
Right.
In between the culture and the business is the industry, because the business wouldn't have any content without people like yourself offering opportunities for them to capitalize on, even if they offer it for you to build it yourself, as you say, as an imprint. Let's see what happens. And even
Let's
once
see.
you stop, don't you stop.
Let's see.
I
I
tell
know.
people that even if you stop, don't you. Your art is yours,
Right.
and you are building your foundation, so your fan base will be here for you.
Right.
Now, when they're trying to pinch off of you, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
Me and Enoch had a artist there last night or yesterday that was explaining his trauma and looking for apology, and also the OGs, as he said, to stop talking about the past and hear them out. And it was like, what are we going to hear? It's all going to sound repetitive to us.
But what do they want you to apologize for?
Him not receiving the guidance he thought he should receive. In the beginning of hip hop, there was no lane for any of us. Even for me, there was no lane for me. I've never gang banged. I was in a gang bang city. You understand? So that's not my lane. Up under my grandfather, who helped build, did you go to Mas Marion?
Yes.
My grandfather was a bricklayer for Mas Marion.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a Artie Honeycutt. But my point I'm trying to get across is that I wasn't allowed to do the things as he was asking for apology for yesterday.
Mm.
So I don't have to apologize. I have my own trauma. Yes,
Right.
my father and my grandfather was under Elijah Muhammad, not Farrakhan. So I was responsible not to be in the streets. I was taught to be not responsible to be in the streets.
Yeah.
I know the Quran like I know King James Bible. You understand what I'm saying? So as I wanted to figure out this thing, this is 87. This is me, a little 8-year-old. I want to be this thing hip hop. Chicago is a house blues city. House has a lot of sexual innuendos that I was afraid of. It was just like, ugh, like, they're too freaky for me, right? I'm explaining my experience. And then with the blues, it just like people like, how they say rap is or hip hop is old and we're rappers and artists. Blues would be what we thought hip hop was. Yes, it's still people experiencing or reporting their experiences. Blues clearly is rap. Whatever they're converting in the lyrics is about their experience, reporting hardships and trauma over music that they were creating. So that's rap, right? Same thing. I'm not comparing the two. I'm not saying they're the same. So in the act of that, I just was like, I want to do the head spinning thing. So when a young man was explaining to us, we thought it was okay to take drugs. It was me and Brother Enoch, a bunch of other OGs, as he said. And we're just like, so they apologized to him. I was the only person. And I should have been more mindful, but I was like, I owe you no apology. Because you're asking for apology to be in an industry or to be in the business. I don't represent the business. I don't represent the industry. I'm involved in the industry, but I'm so cultural that my mother didn't understand. So the trauma he's experienced, I have my own trauma. My mother didn't understand I wanted to spin on my head. Why the hell you tell your mother you want to spin on your head, which was breakdancing? She was
right.
That sounds aloof.
Right.
What little black boy wants to spin on his head? And I wanted my mother records. I have a huge record collection. Not computer. She was like, why do you want my records? Because she was a working woman, you understand? So I was trying to explain to him, I have my own trauma. I came up in this culture that people say hip hop saved my life. It's always, you hear that a lot, hip hop saved my life. We have our own diaspora experience, trauma. So when someone's asking for you to give them relief, I tell them to talk to God, talk to Allah, talk to their, Lord, Savior, whoever their uh, uh, um, religious structure is or icon is, and then when you realize in self what you're responsible for, that's what my grandfather told me.
Yeah.
Responsible for self.
Hmm.
You're responsible for self, and all your actions is done under Allah, and the actions to respect Allah and do it in His name, and that's it. Like, so I'm telling you, like, sorry about all this. I got an event coming up for the evening, so people are reaching me as I'm in the middle of the show and Jay just bell. So I was intrigued and enthused at the discussion you offered about your upbringing and the style you want to represent as an artist, because you come in an era where there's artists. We didn't even know that was an artist option for us in 89, 87. I'm 49 now. I didn't know if I could break dance. I was graffiti writing, doing water towers, climbing, sneaking out at night.
Uh-huh.
So like that era is really gone. So I understood his disconnection, but we were trying to relate with him, and he was like, I don't want to hear any of y'all glory days. And we were trying to say that's not our glory days. That was our trauma. Sneaking out. No different than you're a young lady, a mother who's becoming an artist, who is making choices to, does my artistry cover my lifestyle versus me having to work for industry, somebody's business to establish my lifestyle. And it's good to see people like you. It's so enlightening.
Thank you. I appreciate it, because everything that you're saying is just like keeping me in the mode and keeping me in the mindset of what hip hop can do and has done really for the psyche of our people. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not just music. You know what I mean? It's a culture, and the culture for me, I'm bringing back the unapologetic, like fearless, individual, being comfortable in yourself as an individual, but also knowing the power of unity and the collective, that's important. And so because sometimes you can feel like, well, how do I fit in this, because like you said, you didn't gangbang, but you were around it, you know what I mean? So it's like you start feeling like, well, how do I fit in hip hop? But you got to realize that hip hop it's everything. It's not just, the negative, you know what I mean? And I think that's why, honestly, Ye, when he came out as the backpacker, college dropout, that whole mentality of like, yeah, I was in college, it gave us something else to look at besides the gang banging this and gang banging that. It's like, oh,
world with Hillman, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like hip hop is college students too. You know what I mean? Hip hop is ballet. You know what I mean? Like Black women who doing ballet. That's hip hop. Ain't nothing more gangster to me than you having to stand on your toes for hours and you blood, sweat, and tears. You could turn anything, Black into hip hop, because hip hop to me, it just means being bold, in your face. That's what I always saw hip hop as.
So
bold.
Let me share something with you, that you're on the right lane, on the right road. The trauma in the Bronx, right, of landlords burning buildings for insurance money. was a thing where the projects and there were disco people playing music to keep the peace of the gang banging in New York because all these Caribbean people, foreigners, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans are coming into that's the port. That's the main port to the US is New York.
Mm.
They're there. They have no place to go. The government is giving them sanction and the projects, the ghetto, it's increasing. But at the same time, these people don't have money to pay these landlords. So they have a Rockefellers, Trumps, all these people are burning down their properties or just letting it go dilapidated to the tenants that in the act of that to keep secure it, the few gangs found peace treatings or events, in the park, DJing in the park, stuff like that to keep the peace. Not knowing that we would have the $1 zillion, not $1 trillion, not $1 billion, not $1 million industry from a trauma. That was a trauma. What they say, in the cold pressure, cold build diamonds, the pressure of trauma has converted something they thought would not extend to a major commodity. Commercial, marketing, brick and mortar, artists, any concept that you can, McDonald's with food, da 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 da, we loving it. Jingles, anything that has been of 2000 has been revolved in a trauma situation, which is called hip hop, as you said. And that's what I was saying. You are not far from the ideal of making the best out of something that comes from your lifestyle, your culture, your existence. You understand? We were brought here without the mind state of our survival. Hip hop was born without the mind state of our survival. And many people can capitalize on it, but around that capitalization, that's why I gave Keith Chief a not pass, but an example of evolving because he comes from trauma. You, like me, I only gave you all that spiel because you, like me, under my grandfather, Artie Honeycutt, Muslim, under Elijah Muhammad, I was a square who they kept reaching for to put in a circle. Square don't fit in a circle.
Right.
You are telling me your diaspora of, I don't want to be marketed or PR or artist developed into turn up or
Right.
or and I thought that was amazing. I thought just that statement like blew my mind. So I'm happy that we have a moment to share that as our comrades where they have their agendas and things to go on. So look, I wish the success for you. Like I heard it in your soul and the liberation of independence and motherhood and your queendom and your royalness that you would like to deliver to an audience as you build your fans. And that's why I was saying, as you're building that, don't worry about that. Even after your platform of your relationship with the industry, you have built a fan base. I'm here. I'm in now.
Yay.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, thank you for understanding. Thank you for really even holding on to hip hop the way you do and understanding it the way you do and knowing the type of history that you know. It definitely helps people like me to really understand the sacredity. Is it called sacredness?
Sacred. The sacred.
Yeah, the sacredness of of hip hop, because it is sacred. And pain. I remember the Minister Farrakhan saying, where would we be without pain? And hip hop is a beautiful expression of not only pain, but of joy, excitement, collectiveness, celebration, so many things. Women empowerment when done correctly, Men empowerment, when done correctly, hip hop has the opportunity to really change the world. And the enemy knows that. That's why they put it in a box of like violence and sexualism.
Dropping gems like a banana.
Yeah,
The enemy knows that.
yeah. He always knows, you know, because he knows who we are. We don't usually know who we are, but he knows who we are.
I'm gonna share something with you that I cannot really get across to people is that African American descendant is clear that we are spiritual people, but happy going people because we weren't sheltered. So
Mm.
you get to live by the land and you get to live by the sun. The melanin and carbon in our system does not lead us to be responsible for war.
Mm-hmm.
There are tribes who were having challenges and warlords. We know that. That's a fact. We know that even those tribes helped with slavery. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that to be misunderstood in my statement. But in general, as a village, we only know peace.
Yeah.
That's the peace. So we don't have an understand of the Karens. We don't have an understand of backstabbing. We don't. So when we're getting separated and isolated and manipulated by people who want to capitalize, that only exists because they don't understand peace.
Yeah.
They don't understand love. They don't understand happiness. You know, love, peace, and happiness is the most you can ask for with any kind of relationship, business, love, you know, relationship with a mate,
Mm-hmm.
friendship, children. Love, peace, and happiness explains communication, comfort. It does so much.
Yeah.
Your ability to travel, you would stop if you could not find a way to love what you're doing, a way to have peace with what you're doing, or happiness with what you're doing. You would quit with a sense
Yeah.
of urgency. It's not always capital. I get beat up about capital all the time. And I have to tell them my fellowship concept will make sure we survive as seniors. Because you're twice a child, once a man.
Mm.
The
Right.
village took care of their elders, but we're in a capitalist society and a American Babylon that
Mm-hmm.
seniors have to be put up that their children don't visit them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I only brought that up to explain how hip hop has covered so many things. And now people like me have to worry about how hip hop is going to. I say you can't retire if you hip hop because retiring is a job.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop has never been a job for me. It's allowed me to cover my expenses and my lifestyle or the culture, the option of DJing. But I do multiple factions.
My husband is a DJ. DJ Philly Phil.
Big ups to Philly Phil. Big ups to Philly Phil.
And you know, it's interesting because it's like as an MC, to have your husband be a DJ, that dynamic, you know what I mean? Because even back, huh?
I've been.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for me, I'm not with the lady that I was Barry Gordy and she was Diana Ross.
Oh, wow.
All my resources was given to her to help her be you.
Right.
Right. You know, all our money, and she toured the same way you're doing and independently and signed when ABB was existing and Lil Brother was out, they picked her up and she traveled with them. So I know the story that you're giving, and it's good to see that it still exists. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm excited. I'm like, oh, yeah. I want to hear the rest of it. What's your next move? Like,
yeah. And so, you know, people want to see that dynamic too, because again, going back to the box that they try to put us in now, they try to pit Black men against Black women, you know? And that's now the new thing, like making songs that's like, F that B, well, F you too, you know? It's like, that's not our culture.
No, I'm going to tell you something that, remember I told you the guy was upset that we wouldn't apologize to him yesterday? The reason I wouldn't apologize is because I'm not responsible for him. We were at Columbia College, like I told you, which would be like, you know, music school all over the US. It's Columbia College somewhere, right? Brother Enoch is there, other elders from the culture. Guess who was there for me?
Who?
My son who goes to the college, my daughter who does not go to the college,
Mhm.
supporting her brother, coming to see her father be a speaker and a DJ, and my mother and their mother. So that's my point to everything. I can't apologize for how you was left out, but in that aspect, you know, me and their mother are not together.
Mhm.
We're not together. My mother had trauma that I was expecting. Again, like I told you, my mother thought I was weird. Something was wrong. They tried to give me ADHD medicine to be hip hop. She was just like, no, like take the headphones off. What do you want records? Why do you want to spin on your back and head? What's wrong with you? So I'm
So you were
explaining-
like in Sister Act 2 when Lauryn Hill's mama was like, singing does not pay the bills. Singing
that's
does
Caribbean all the way. That's Caribbean. You
there's
know,
no guarantee for a future.
yes, exactly. So it's good to see what you and DJ Philly Phil
Yep. Hmm.
are experiencing with your
My daughter.
daughter.
Nailani.
So I've seen this, I've experienced it. It's good to see that someone still, she's very successful, the children's mother. My son is becoming an artist and an engineer, so he's getting financial independence in the industry and
Nice.
becoming an artist at the same time, which, you know, those are two different things.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre, but Dr. Dre the rapper with Snoop is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear people like you visit our show, and
Yay.
for
Yeah.
the people of Mandy Muhammad, Brother Enoch, and Hip Hop Detox, Sister Ticey Bell, who's a liberated leader in the economic transformation, and going to be like one of our top politicians who understands the Black diaspora in the community and how it's taken advantage of. And for someone like you to be just as involved, a youthful mother. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had a good time. I'm looking forward to coming back on the show for sure.
Anytime you want to come back, you have the number, you have Enoch's number, you have Tyson's number. If you're back, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you have time, and I think it's coming too soon, and I don't know your schedule, but we have the African American Festival of the Arts, and I know they have space for a person like you. Oh my God. That's what I want to really tell Enoch. Let's get you on, but I know he has priorities and things like that.
And when is that?
I'm a text.
Okay.
So if it fits your schedule, we'll put you on there. I will assist with the accommodations. They assist with certain things. But it's gonna be, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. For you. We have so much here. In the last 90 days, it's about, I'm sure they told you your competition with Silver Room Festival.
Yep.
Right. And this is their last year. So
Right.
this is one suggestion before we leave on the UnDustry show. I'm SB1J, had to leave, and I'm here with Akilah World. Is scheduled the same time next year to come back to Chicago as an annual show. It's a major market here. Beyonce did 2 days here, sold out here. Jill Scott followed her the following day, sold out 2 days. It's a market here for your light. Yes, it's a market here for your life. You know, have the openers or whatever. I don't know how your format was, but on the independent side, make that an annual thing. We're a major market. They know that.
Right.
Blue Collar City, another Black Mecca like Atlanta or DC. You know, like we look for content of artistry here.
Right.
Bernie Macs, the Jawan Howards, I can go down the line. Richard Pryor wasn't far from here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can go down. You know, Minnie Rippleton. I can go on and on. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Right. So, Shaka Khan. With all that being said, you have access to me. You have access to other people. As Enoch said, we want to make sure that people like you have a threshold to meet your potential when you come in our market, because we want to come in your market. We want
Yeah.
you to invite us and let us feel at home. So never feel short to reach your brother SB1, your brother Nat,
Yes, yes, yes.
and Philly Phil and your child. That we can make you feel at home when we're here. Also the show. And if Phil want to interview, tell him bring his cell phone so we can build and hear how the family is developing. Yes.
Oh, yes, for sure. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm excited about everything. And I needed this conversation as a reminder and a refresher as to the power that we have as a collective and the power of hip hop as well as a collective. So it's about to go up for sure.
Don't stop.
Can't stop.
Yeah, dig. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody. I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Peace.